Hello and welcome to part 2 of our Besparmak Trail presentation. If you haven't seen the first part yet, I recommend on doing so before watching this video. However, I hope you enjoy, and if so, please subscribe to the channel to support our work. Okay, here we go. Day 8. We were expecting a rainy night. Luckily there was no rain at all in the night, and also now the sun is shining. But yeah, the weather is just way better than we expected. Yesterday evening when we approached, when we were already looking for a campsite, Amy said that we didn't see a sunrise or sunset because of the camping spots we had, because it was always very protected or the weather was just bad. And yesterday we had a sunset, and this morning we had a sunrise and a room with a view. Amazing, isn't it? The first part of today was really enjoyable. Not much altitude and here and there nice encounters. After crossing the road, we already made our way up to the place where a second survival pack was hidden and where we could refill our water. Behind me you can already see the picnic area. Here we should get water and maybe they have some food for us and also some chai or coffee. Okay, so the coffee is closed, but we could refill our water. What I already learned from this hike is that the next time I hide food, I will write down where I hide what. Because here in this package is just way more and way heavier stuff. There are also beans. They are in a sauce, so yeah, my idea was to make them with some rice. So these are definitely 2 big meals for both of us. I already in the last town in Belapais, I bought a pack for like about 1 kilo of lentils, which I'm carrying since then. So we have now way too much food actually. But yeah, better safe than sorry. Right now is the first time that we can see sea on both of the sides. Here on this side, close to the city what I think is Famagusta, not so sure about it. And here on this side as well, just behind these nice cliffs. After this we crossed a rather sad landscape. There must have been a wildfire not too long ago. If you pay attention, you can easily see that this is a planted monoculture forest used for agriculture. So I don't know exactly what happened here, but while we were walking through mainly healthy native forest so far with no sign of wildfires, this huge area seems deserted by it. So this is just a good example on why monoculture is basically bullshit. As the scene might seem sad in the first look, there is also a huge spark of hope, because you can see all the young native plants recover from the fire, ready to grow into a healthy wood again. The rest of the day was a search for a flat and safe ground to set up our tent, and this took longer than anywhere else on the trail. We came to a point where we thought about walking until the next town, Kantara, because there is a campground marked in maps and also a restaurant. Anyway, we made much progress before the daylight left us. Okay, so short before the sun was setting, we finally found a little patch of green where we could set up our tent. It's not directly next to the road, there are a few meters, and yeah, I feel a lot safer here. Anyway, we made 28, I said? 28.5 kilometers today. Also with a lot of altitude. Tough day, feet hurt.
Wait.
And of course now we deserve some of the heavy food that we were carrying the whole day. Okay, so we had a bit of a rough start in the morning. Also the night was quite cold this time. So we slept a bit long, and now it started to rain while we were packing up the tent. Our goal for today, I think, is to find a more or less sheltered place, if that is somehow possible. Let's see how far we get. And the weather forecast wasn't getting better. We were already mentally prepared for a cold, rainy day, as well as a rainy night that would follow. Anyway, during daytime the weather was better than expected and the hike was enjoyable most of the time. Right in front of us we can already see the Kantara Castle. Another place you can visit if you find time and energy. No idea what it means. We don't have internet to translate it. Just hope for the best. After leaving Kantara and the castle behind us, we came closer to the town Yedinkuruk, where we were hoping to find an open shop. Okay, so we passed the town. Luckily there was an open market, because we only found that the only one is closed over the winter on Google, but this one apparently isn't on Google. And now look at this view. That looks really cool. The people in the town are all super nice, also the children. Everybody was greeting us, and the children speak a little bit of English, so they asked us what our names are and said hi. really sweet. And after the town it was just such a total change of scenery. Like the last 9, nearly 10 days we only had basically mountains, and now we are walking through this field, through this agricultural landscape. Behind me you can see a quite young olive orchard. This part gets really muddy when there was rain, so we had some troubles there. Also finding a sheltered spot was nearly impossible. I think we found a place where we can set up our tent. It's quite hard because it's completely muddy between all these fields, and it will also be rainy, a lot of rain this night. The last 2 days we did altogether 51.5 kilometers, tough walking days. We also now, the sun will be down in half an hour. Yesterday the sun was already down when we finally found our camping spot, so tough days, and let's hope for the night to be as good as possible. So guys, we're basically fucked. It was raining the whole night. Also a lot of the morning. I think it's already 10 or something. We had to wait until the rain stops, and we're not even sure if it won't rain anymore now. But yeah, the tent is great. The tent is actually great. There is no water coming from the top. Holy shit, look at this. Still, due to the humidity, everything is wet, more or less. It's gonna be a tough day. We're only gonna make 13 kilometers, but with these muddy conditions, it's not so much fun. There's a river. Fucking hell. It's quite impossible to walk, actually. Okay, so this stretch was horrible. I think it took us about an hour for 2.5 kilometers. Usually when it's flat like here, we make nearly 5 kilometers per hour. Oh, that sucks. Lot of energy. We are now in the town of Balalan, right for the midday prayer. Don't know if there is anything. Maybe we can get a coffee somewhere. It would be really nice to keep the motivation up. 10 seconds after I said this, it started to piss again and we found shelter in a bus stop. Oh, and yeah, there was absolutely nothing open in this town and it seemed more like a ghost town. But there is a lot to explore actually. Some of the graves in the cemetery date back till Ottoman times, so you can find many unusual graves. And after passing, you can find a rare natural wonder. These stones are lava called pillow lava. This lava only forms during eruptions of subaquatic volcanoes or when lava reaches the ocean or other bodies of water. So this stone formation dates back to a time when Cyprus was still underwater. The sun is out, it's amazing. There is a common kestrel. Wow! Look what I just found. Some new flowers. And I think from the leaves and how this stuff grows, this is probably a clematis species. Nice. On the way we also found another caterpillar which I think is endemic to Cyprus and not as dangerous as the pine processionary. After continuing through more muddy trails, we crossed the town Esenkö, where you can find another converted church. After a break, we approached Girne, a town where Google says there is a restaurant and supermarket a bit outside of town. However, in reality they both looked closed, and that not only for the winter. So there is a shop in the exact town center, and there were a bunch of people and they were super nice, inviting us to chai. We had a little chat. Really nice people. Now the sun is going down and we need to find a camp place for our tent still, so we got to run a little bit. But we also got some food, fresh bread. Believe it or not, but we have sun in the morning. Don't get fooled by the sun. It's actually really cold. The wind is freezing cold. Actually here at this area there should be a water source. Like there is this big concrete tank where there is water inside. There should be a tap somewhere, but I circled it 3 times now. Also Amy, we cannot find any tap. Worst case, down there is the town where the nice guys who invited us to chai are. There should be water and also in 3, 4, 5 kilometers there is the next town, and there is a mosque, and at mosques or churches there are always water sources, so there's always a tap somewhere. Okay, so now we just need to go to the next town. Here we're just 100 meters in and we already have a lake, unpassable, so we just follow the road. The road is not busy at all, so it was fine to walk there until we reached Adachai. Okay, we got some water. Actually the mosque looks further away than it is. It's only like 200-250 meters, and there's also a cemetery 20 something meters in front of the mosque, and there is a tap already, so there you can get some water. Okay guys, it's super windy, but look at this. Back there somewhere, I hope you can see the Besparmak mountain range where we walked through. On this side you can see the sea. On this side you can see the sea as well, and if you look further you can see Turkey. This was now by far the longest stretch along the road of the whole trail. It was like 3-4 kilometers, but the road is also not busy at all. There were like 3 or 4 cars on the whole stretch. We really enjoyed the sunny days. Already in January the sun of Cyprus can be really warm and strong, so make sure you bring some sunscreen with you. This day we also found a flat place on a kind of a lookout with view of Deep Pass. Today we go to the town of Dirka Pass. Should be an easy stage with like 14 kilometers. Tonight and also tomorrow, and maybe for the next 5 days, we're gonna sleep in a hotel because the weather should get catastrophic. Like the last 2 days, today and yesterday, have been really nice, very sunny, but the wind is freezing. The nights have been very cold, and now also rain, a lot of rain comes to that. So because of the reason that it's just no fun at all to walk in rain and be totally wet, we're gonna stay inside and sit out the really bad weather. There's also forecast for thunder, and yeah, really bad, no weather condition where you want to be outside. Well, that's basically it. Let's have a nice walk and then enjoy a shower, food, fruits. I want to eat fresh fruits, I want to eat fresh veggies. Really looking forward to some really nice rice, potatoes, and some really nice köfte and chicken shish. But before we reached the town, we had an interesting day. First thing we saw was one of the 3 poisonous snakes that Cyprus has to offer. This is a Montpellier snake. This one was relaxing in the sun, sheltered by the thorns of the bush it was hanging in. They have their poisonous teeth in the back of their mouth, so even in the unlikely event of being bitten by this snake, there is a very small chance they insert the venom. They usually only do it while catching and holding on to prey. Now we were approaching the sea and also one of the many nesting areas of sea turtles. Many loggerhead and green turtles nest on Cyprus beaches, and they are incredibly important for the species. But what we encountered there was the most heartbreaking scenery on the whole trail, and sadly I was expecting exactly that. This beach, like many others and also many places in the country, are filled with trash. Here the problem is trash that has probably been brought here by the waves. Inland you can see dump sites where people just come to get rid of the trash. That was something I could have mentioned every day. Every day we passed places where there's just a crazy amount of trash, a dump site. At the same time, we saw public waste bins in every town we have been nearly empty. So the situation here at the sea sadly is caused by humanity as a whole, I guess. But the situation with the open air landfills is caused by some low-life individuals, in my opinion. We are facing a lot of challenges: climate change, wars, crisis after crisis. So in a country where there are enough resources to actually keep it clean, I will never understand what is going through people's minds just randomly polluting nature. Like, I don't care if they don't mind living in their own shit. But glass or plastic bottles are known to cause wildfires. It is well known that especially marine wildlife often suffocates from plastic garbage, and where there's trash covering the earth, no plants will grow. What we always do on hikes is that we collect at least one bag of trash a day. Here it is like a drop on the hot stone. This bitter aftertaste will always stay when thinking about how beautiful the Cypriot nature is and how warm we were welcomed by the inhabitants of this place. That being said, I'm aware that many people here care a lot about nature and that there are projects like beach cleanups to help fight this problem. Okay, sorry, but I needed to get this off my chest. Hard cut, but we were also hungry, and there is a restaurant just at the beach, so here we go. Okay, I'm having lionfish. Don't know if you know them. It's a highly poisonous fish that lives mainly in the Red Sea, but due to climate change and the Suez Channel and maybe some other occasions, they now also live in the Mediterranean, and so I helped to conquer these invasive species by eating them. I did not know that you can eat them actually, but I saw them on the menu and yeah, they're really good. They taste like chicken. They taste a little bit like fishy chicken. And also the consistency is a little bit in the direction of chicken, I would say. But yeah, wow, they are really good. I wouldn't have expected. So we had only a few kilometers left until Dipka Pass, where we would seek shelter for the oncoming bad weather. On the first day there was just heavy rain, but the weather increasingly got worse over the next 2 days. So we have a power outage and there was a lightning really close, or maybe in the house or somewhere here in the village. Outside everything is pitch black, but the thunder was so loud, the doors were vibrating. I'm so happy we are inside and not in a fucking tent or anywhere outside. Still very windy, very rainy. The massive thunder is just flowing over us. And this is basically what happens the last few days. We changed location because we have a cheaper place now and we have at least a little kitchen here. All thanks to the help of Tuğberk, who was for a whole trail really important and a great support actually. We hope that tomorrow is the last full day of rain. On Thursday we really hope that all this is gone and we can restart and finish the trail. Good morning. Ready to continue or not, I'm not sure. So we spent 4 days inside, which was incredibly boring. The first day was nice, so having a break and getting the energy back and healing our feet. That was a good feeling, but after this was just way too long. But it was a great decision to stay inside, to wait until this very bad weather is gone, because listen to this. So it was raining a lot. I'm curious how in which condition the trail is going to be, because so much water. thunder all the time, especially 2 days ago. The whole day, it was the whole day. 2 days ago there was a little tornado in front of the coast, only like 60-50 kilometers from here. Then this massive storm. I've seen pictures of flooded streets around the whole island. So the time of the storm we spent here in the town of Girne. There are a lot of hotels and stuff like this, a lot of accommodations. But yeah, you also get everything here. There's some supermarkets, cafes, restaurants. Most of them were closed now in the winter, of course. There's also a bunch of stuff to see. Like there are at least 2 or 3 churches, I'm not sure. There is a mosque, of course. After a period of bad weather, there is often a chance to see animals as they need to go hunting. So we had the pleasure to meet this little owl, Steinkotz in German, who was on the lookout for food. They are usually nocturnal and don't leave the nests before sunset, but this one must have been very hungry already. They are quite small for owls as they usually don't reach 30 centimeters in height. So there is still a little bit of rain. Yeah, the clouds don't look so nice, but the dangerous thundercloud should stay back there. We found shelter in this old Greek church. There is basically nothing inside. But this is actually also a camping area, so when you pass by here, you can put up your tent, or a picnic area. But as far as I understood, and as we also did, usually here you can put up your tent. We found the first donkey. I don't know if you can see him, but he is there in the fields. He's a bit scared of us. There is quite a story to these donkeys, why they are here on the Cape in this national park. In 1974, during the Turkish invasion in Cyprus, the farmers were forced to flee and leave their donkeys behind. These donkeys from then on lived their own life and grew wild, having a stable population here on the Cape. Some of them keep to themselves, living in the woods, trying to avoid humans, while some others chose to live closer to the monastery to get fed. This day was an endless change of rain and sun, by the way. Back there is a red fox. He's photogenic as fuck. Believe it or not, even this is an endemic subspecies of red fox. It is the only carnivorous animal in Cyprus and therefore incredibly important for the local ecosystem. We have seen and heard many of them during our hike. All thought they were hunted a lot, especially from the 1970s to 1990s, because people thought they are a threat to the livestock. Hopefully this continues to change for the better. We just met the first other hikers since we started the trail. a group of 4 Czech people from Girne, my neighbors. It's really fun. They were super surprised to see us and we were super surprised to see them. Really funny. They also told us they did not expect anyone else here. With the sun setting in our back, we went to find our last camp spot for the hike. And we could not have asked for a more beautiful place and a more beautiful sunset to finish this incredible trail from cape to cape. Good morning. The last day. Only 15 kilometers left until the Cape of San Andreas. Yeah. I'm a bit sad actually that it's ending. It was a really cool trail. On the other side, I also can't wait to eat real food. Even on the last stretch of the trail, the nature of this island did not fail to amaze us. Overall, the fauna in Cyprus is luckily still filled with a lot of beautiful animals that you can observe if you keep your attention high and noise to a minimum. That being said, in warmer months the chance to spot especially the herpetofauna and insects is much higher. We didn't see any agama for example, yet locals told us they're everywhere during warmer months. Also we saw some animals that we just didn't capture good footage of, like the Egyptian fruit bat. What we got great shots of are these green toads, which are in the midst of mating season right now. So in the distance we can already see the cape, or at least the islands in front of the cape. And there are also donkeys on the beach. So-called beach donkeys. The donkeys are usually shy and rather don't approach humans. Anyway, when they have their young ones to protect, better don't hesitate to go out of their way. So, and this is how this journey is coming to an end. The Besparmak Trail was a great adventure for us. From day one in Cyprus we were welcomed warmly. During the hike we saw amazing nature, sometimes we were also challenged by it, but altogether I'm so happy we found out about this hidden gem of a trail. I'm really curious how this trail will evolve in the future. If you are planning to or already hike this trail, please tell us your story in the comments or ask questions if you have any. We did it! On the edge of North Cyprus, and there's the finish stone. Yeah! 250 kilometers in 15 days, around 6,500 meters in altitude up and down. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you next time. Bye!